Hello everyone and welcome to Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, one of the more infamous games from the franchise, but also one of the most misunderstood games from the franchise. How does that work?
We're going.
I got no fucking clue.
What do you We're going from Sega to Sega to Sega.
Hey,
Yeah,
look, to be fair, we all like Sonic here, right? I mean, Nate, you like Sonic, right?
The fuck? I guess it's.
Ben, you like Sonic, right?
Yes.
And D-pad, your track record shows that you think the Hedgehog is an absolute fuckhead and should be killed within the next game.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Victor! You're gonna get.
I
the
am
shit
going to strangle
kicked
you, Vic. I am going to strangle you. Yeah, you're gonna get. I'm gonna have to let go. Ultimate life form on your ass, boy. You know how I am with Sonic.
But this isn't Sonic. This is Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Look
clearly.
at it. It's Aerith.
Fuck off.
That is not Aerith. First of all, she's dead.
Wow. Okay, first of all, did that happen in Rebirth?
We're not going into that. We
Yep.
are not going to Rebirth spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going.
So I don't think any of us have actually played that.
Well, I was planning
No,
on
no.
I was planning on getting it.
That's
but on,
where the leprechaun lives.
We're
He
not-
told me to burn things.
we're not doing our own fan dub.
Oh, come on. That's fun.
It's kind of.
We have to do the big one, and I volunteer to do it when it happens.
We don't have to do anything.
No, we have to do the one that makes people laugh the most.
No, let's just enjoy this Xbox 360 platinum hit.
Ben, which one? There's a bunch. There's a bunch of moments that make people laugh.
It'll be in a minute.
I know what you're talking about, but I know exactly which scene you're referring to. But like, there's way more scenes than you know.
I
You know this one.
I know.
Yeah, the one.
But it's still better.
Yes.
Worst Eggman design.
Oh, hi,
No,
Jim.
this is the best Eggman. No,
What
this
did
is
they
the
do
best
to you,
Eggman.
Eggman? What
I
did
mean,
they?
okay, let's
What did
be
they
re-
do
let's
to
be-
you, man?
I mean, let's be real. If you take a look at all the other Eggman, this Eggman has the most similarities to the movie Eggman.
Oh,
He looks-
no.
He looks Canadian.
Canadian Eggman.
And that's a problem.
No, because Jim Carrey's
He's
Canadian.
gonna start talking about his. Yeah, I was just gonna say he's gonna start talking about like Tim Hortons and poutine, eh? Hi, Sonic.
Hello, Sonk.
What?
Not yet.
I don't care. I already did it because people were going to comment it so much.
Okay, you know what? All right.
Okay,
Okay, you know what?
I will say I was tempted of editing the.
One.
Oh, I already did it.
No, but I did it
okay,
properly.
I was planning on including the Metal Pipe Falling MP3 there, but you know I didn't feel like putting much effort in this.
Destroying people's ears.
Well, destroying people's ears is basically what we do here at Split Screen.
Well, you can turn me down.
Why would I turn anybody down? That's rude. Anyway, so after this loading screen, we will go from like
We'll go from
pre-rendered
beautiful
to
cinematic.
actually rendered. And I will say a lot of people tend to dog on this game's art style, but it doesn't look too bad in action. I feel like the HD quality kind of makes a game look alright. Like I wouldn't put this next to like other games like the first Dead Rising, where like the game was good, but it was pretty clearly an early Xbox 360 game. I like the way how this game looks.
Yeah. Despite this being like a launch title for the PS3, essentially,
It's a launch title for the Xbox 360. I think. No wait,
and PS3.
no wait. Okay, the Xbox 360 was already out by the time. Was it a launch title for the PS3?
Yes,
Okay.
because the 360 came out in
It was a launch
2005,
title for PS3. Yeah.
and this was 2006.
So-
So
Yeah.
1 year later. and like I said, for a 2006
So, I have a
title,
fun
this doesn't
story.
look that bad.
Yeah, and it should be mentioned, by the way, that I am playing the PlayStation 3 version. I have no experience with the Xbox 360 version. I haven't owned that. I decided to get the game on PS3 because when I was at CEX, that was the platform it was available on. That's
Indeed.
kind of how it works.
Go
You were
ahead,
saying,
D-pad.
Yeah, so I have like a story about this particular game because, like, as Edgy pointed out, yeah, I am a huge Sonic fan. So when news about this game came out, I literally got myself 360 for Christmas just for this game. And
Nice,
the thing about my
nice.
360, do you guys remember the whole Red Ring of Death situation with the 360s?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
quite a problem. Still is. The amount of active Xbox 360 consoles is only going down.
Tails, long time no see.
He said the line.
Glad you're here.
My 360 that I got,
Dr. Eggman.
Red Ring of Death.
You're going to rescue
Yeah,
that's
that sounds.
So-
yeah, that sounds.
We ended
about
up
right.
we ended up
Sounding
we ended
like
up
a-
trading
like
we ended
a
up
dick,
trading it
I
in.
am not surprised.
Okay.
I don't mean that in a dick
So
way.
we ended up trading it in. Oh no, I know. Like, so we ended up trading the 360 in, got a new one, and then I was able to play the game, and I could not touch Sonic for a while after this, just because I wanted to really like this game. Just I have problems with it.
Yeah.
I think it's just I didn't like the voice cast that much for the game. Like, I get it, it was like the 4Kids voice actors from Sonic X doing the voices for like their characters for the game. Like, I do like Eggman's voice actor though. Like, I didn't really like Tails' voice actors for the game that much.
Yeah, but I
Like,
do know that.
You know, you can call me a dick for that. Just yeah.
Well, I do recall the voice actor for Tails was kind of a bit inconsistent. I don't know exactly what was the story behind it, but he had a different voice actor for Sonic Adventure 2. For Heroes, he got one that is, I think, the most hated Tails voice, but don't quote me on that. And I think that 06 and Unleashed had the same Tails VA, and then after which we got the colors recast. And was it always the same?
Shadow
voice actor
is the
from that?
first game with
Well-
the 4Kids stuff. Shadow is the first game with the 4Kids stuff.
All right.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
Black Knight is the last game to use the 4Kids
Yes.
cast.
Yeah. Black. Yeah. Shadow to 4Kid to Black Knight was the entire was
Shadow
all
to-
the 4Kid was the 4Kids dub, and Colors Onward is the current dub. Although with some bits and pieces there
Yeah.
because Tails has undergone a voice actor change between, I think, either Colors and Generations or Generations and
I think it's
It
Generations
was
of
Generations.
Lost Worlds.
It was
Oh, okay. So wasn't the same voice actor
Colleen.
between?
Colleen's voice.
Oh, Shaughnessy.
Yeah. Colleen's voice.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah. She started voicing Tails for Sonic Lost World.
Yeah.
The previous voice actress that did Tails just did
Colors
what
and
was it?
Generations.
Colors, Generations. That was the voice actress who also does the English voice for Sakura from Naruto.
I don't.
And now, ironically, Colleen voices Eno.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
asked this before, but did they recast Tails for the Sonic X Shadow Generations?
I don't think so.
No, it's still Colleen. It's still Colleen.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I kind
Because
of
like
feel
what they did for like the only. Go ahead.
I do feel like at this point, Colleen O'Shaughnessy is the iconic Tails voice as much as Roger Craig Smith is Sonic's iconic voice actor, and Mike
Yep.
Pollux is Eggman's. As
Yep.
much as people you know,
as much as people
have an opinion on that in the current climate, but we're not gonna get into that. We're here for the good times.
Yeah, we're not gonna touch that. We're not gonna touch that.
We're gonna look at some.
We're gonna look at me failing a simple jump. Like I don't know why I was struggling with this so much. Like you just line yourself up with the 3 rings that are on the same position, just different verticalities, and I just made that.
Oh, the controls are a little. The controls are. How do you say? Fucked up the wazoo.
The controls are tricky. I wouldn't say they're good. I wouldn't say they're bad. They're kind of in between.
They're jank.
They're manageable.
What was I gonna say?
Yeah, they're managed.
Today's not my
Yeah, they're manageable, but
And
they're also
playthrough
jank.
failed. And playthrough failed.
You're gonna have to start again.
Wait, why is it?
You
Look,
got
I'm
a
not-
D rank.
You got the D.
So I like D's. I'm gay.
Yeah, I know.
So as I was saying, like going back to the voice actors, like Roger, he loves voicing Sonic. It's one of his favorite characters that he's actually had the privilege to voice.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when the news came that it wasn't news because at the time that was what people thought was going to happen. Like I think it was 2021 when a report came out that Roger Craig Smith would not be voicing Sonic no more. But then it turned out that hey, he still keeps voicing Sonic, and everybody was super excited about it, including Roger Craig Smith himself. And yeah, I missed that pretty obvious trail of rings.
Yeah.
I remember when that was.
It had to do with Sonic Prime. It had to do with Sonic Prime, Edgy. Because they weren't getting like the actual voice cast for the series because for some I don't know this law that well, and I'm Canadian, but apparently if you're producing a thing in Canada, you have to use Canadian voice talent for it.
Yep.
Right.
That's
So, yeah, it's so weird.
Because not really, because American actors and voice actors are kind of expensive, and Canada wants to like save money and just hire Canadian actors instead.
Yeah. So,
At least that's what I think, anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just hit the
yeah,
first
and then
stage.
so
Go on.
I was gonna say, and so because a lot of people were thinking that he's no longer voicing Sonic, and so he posted something up. I can't remember what it was, but then Cindy Robinson, the voice actress that voices Amy, she was also announcing that she was planning to retire too from the role. But then I don't know what happened. He's like Roger's still voicing Sonic, Cindy's still voicing Amy.
Yeah.
There had to be some kind of like production confusion
There
on
was
both ends.
there definitely was a
Yeah.
lot of confusion. I can tell you that right now because
Or
I also remember that was a year when Sonic Colors Ultimate came out, and people before that came out, people thought that they were using that as a means to test the water with a potential recast. But then, as it turns out, that Sega did jack shit for that game, and they just made Blind Squirrel. They just gave them the stuff, and they didn't change the voice cast. I think they didn't. They especially didn't touch up the cutscenes because those were still on Wii 480p.
I thought you were gonna say they still look like they're on the Wii. For a second.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to give Sonic Colors Ultimate a I do want to try it out again, because the first time I played it, I played it on the Nintendo Switch because my friend Lizzie gave me a code for the game, and I'm super grateful for that. Make no mistake. But at the same time, it meant I had to make an American NSO account or an American Nintendo account. This is this is true, and yeah, the Switch version, which, as you might recall, had a bit of issues. You know, stuff like I don't know which were the more common issues. I recall there being a lot of flickering issues. It was not safe for people with epilepsy. I can tell you that.
And most
right
of
now.
most of those issues occur from if you actually do some specific thing.
Not only that. I think you had to go to every world map in quick
You have
succession.
to you have to do specific things in order to trigger that stuff, which is something that so pisses me off when people bitch about that.
Yeah, and-
if it's something that you have to do, go out of your way, that no one in their right mind would actually do on accident.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up right there. It's like, no, you should not be trying to convince people not to play a version of a game.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah.
Furthermore,
I apologize for how mean I sound. That is a really big red button for me.
well, to be
Okay,
fair,
hate
you are right,
But
but you have to realize it was not Big Red Button. It was Blind Squirrel Games.
Fuck
You know, that's-
you.
Well,
Fuck you.
to be fair, Ben, that just reminds me of some kind of arbitrary code execution or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, you have to go out of your way to do some of that stuff.
But if I recall
Without-
if I recall correctly, I think a lot of the problems that people were attempting to push on Twitter, like all those like iconic flashing texture flashing, those kind of things. I also think that was because they were doing the bug on Yuzu.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, also they
so
were
not-
emulating. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's not, you're just a fucking troll if you do something like that.
Yeah, so not only did they go through some convoluted steps to make it happen in the first place, it didn't even happen on authentic hardware. Like, can you imagine doing something like that? Makes me
It's like,
sick.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's almost like these
Anyway,
quote unquote
anyway.
designers shouldn't even be making a game if they're just gonna make something like this random for no reason, just to pad out the runtime.
Yeah.
Anyway, Deepak.
Anyway, changing topic, changing the subject quickly. So we brought up Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that the voice actor behind SBO for that game, his son voiced Tails for the game, and his daughter voiced Charmy for the game?
Yes,
That's actually
I did.
I'm not surprised at that. I'm not surprised with that because I think that Rouge's original voice actress, Lanny Minnelli, her sons were Adventure Tales, were Adventure and Adventure 2 Tales.
Yeah, but wasn't the original the SA2 voice actor for Rouge, wasn't that also like a someone who did PA announcements in Sonic Adventure 1?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's-
All I know is that she was the one who talked to John St. John about voicing Big, and her sons were Tails and Adventure 1. The youngest being Adventure 1 and the older being Adventure 2.
No, the oldest was Adventure 1 and the youngest is Adventure 2.
Rona. Was it? I could have sworn it was the other way around.
I mean, it's still
You said it backwards.
D-pad, which way was it?
I think Mega's right. I
Okay.
could be wrong.
Okay.
I can check, and just confirm this, next recording if we want to clear that up.
yeah, sure.
Alright.
But I do think that's
suppose
very
so.
cool. That,
Okay.
yeah. How the voice
Well, I mean, it's
actors are related.
nepotism, but it's still a really neat idea. It's not bad nepotism.
Yeah, at the same time, I do feel like in the modern gaming climate, they would avoid something like that just purely to prevent, a mass walkout or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so rare to see nepotism that isn't bad or blatant.
Yeah, it really isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just like a one-off like thing. Take like Ethan and Maya Hawke and Uma Thurman, for instance.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I just lost all my lives, and this game does something pretty stupid. That being, because I got a game
wow.
over in the first
Yeah.
level, I have to do all of it again. The cutscene, which I can fortunately skip, I can skip, but I still have to do the first town mission. I still have to get the shoes allowing me to do the lightspeed dash, and I still have to do that one section of Wave Ocean, which we completely glossed over. So that got me really pissed off, and I stopped recording. I pretty much scrapped the entire playthrough. But if you do want to see more Sonic 06, who knows? Let us know. We might just do it.
It
There's
might
a very
be me, it
slim-
might be D-pad.
It might be D-pad or it might be Ben. It can't be me.
And it's not gonna be me.